it's LordShaedow on the mic. I play to win, never to lose. In the contest of champions, I'm the one they choose. Swipe, tap, my moves are slick. Dexterity more heavily, I dodge quick. Class champ, I'm the master of the game. Cosmic science, skill tech mutant I claim. Arena and chill grind, that's how I roll. No stress, no drama, just on patrol. In the fight, I'm swift, my tactics are tight. LordShaedow's in the arena, ready to ignite. From the streets to the screen, my skills are renowned. In the world of Marvel, I'm the king crown. So listen up, here's the story of the champ. LordShaedow's the name, I'm the grime track.
Hey everyone, Shadow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So in this video, we're going to be going through Act 9.4.4, and I'm going to show you the path that I think is the easiest path. And that one is going to be this one right here. One little cheat you can use is to look at the rewards on the path, and the one that has like the gold or the least reward is usually the easiest path, at least according to Kabam. But I would strongly encourage you to look at all of the paths and see which one you feel you can handle easier. So this path here is the one that I chose, and I believe it is the easiest one, having done all three. But none of them are actually difficult. So on this one, you're going to be dealing with these paradox charges, okay? And they are cross-fight abilities, meaning you carry them on to the next fight. So if you end this fight with 5 of them, you're going to start the next fight with 5 of them, okay? And if you get 12, or actually more than 12, I guess when you hit 13, they're going to be removed, and you're going to take 200% of your modified attack, not your base attack, your modified attack. So you do not want to let it get to 12, 13 paradox charges. So you gain a paradox charge every time you fire a special attack. Okay. Now, here's a little bit of a little fun here, is that when you have less than 2 of those paradox charges, the defender is going to gain power, like their power gain, the combat power rate is double. Okay, plus 100%. So you want to get to 3 paradox charges as fast as you can. All right, and that just means you're going to fire 3 specials, you're good. So I would just go ahead and fire special 1, special 1, special 1, okay? Now, say you're firing your special attacks and your paradox charges, you know, maybe in the next fight is high. They're like 6, 7, you're getting nervous. In order to remove those paradox charges, you end your combo with a light attack, and that will remove 1. So if you are at 2 or 3 and you end with a light attack, it's going to knock you back down to 2, and they're going to get that power rate, combat power rate gain. So be careful about that, but you shouldn't have to worry about it. I would say build up to, you know, maybe 6 or 7, and then just do a light attack ending combo a couple of times and do it again. All right, but having dealt with the other paths, I like this one the best. It's pretty straightforward. Now, there is one that you also want to be you know, informed about here, is the beat the buzzer. You have 8 seconds from the time you fill a bar of power to fire your special. If you don't, you're going to take damage. Not as much damage as you will if you let those paradox charges get to 13, but still. you're going to take 50% of your max health. That's going to hurt a lot. So just manage the paradox. When you get a bar of power, fire your special. And just keep track of your paradox charges, ending your combos with light attacks, and you'll be fine. This path can be done with pretty much anybody. Okay? Now, I would say those champions that gain power on their own might give you a little bit more difficulty in managing the charges, because you're going to be getting your bars of power a lot more often, and that means you're going to want to fire your special more often, which means you're going to generate paradox charges more often. And so, yeah, those that gain a lot of power, like Hyperion, like Serpent, you might have a more difficult time management-wise. At least that's what it seemed like to me. They'll work, but I would recommend bringing someone in that doesn't get their own power gain and just play the node. Fire your specials when you have them, and keep track of the paradox charges, and that's it. So that to me is the easy path. Tech and cosmic path, easy. Okay. The other paths, take a look at them. They seem to be a bit more complicated. And I did them. I didn't find any of them particularly difficult. But this one, to me, was the most straightforward and easy of the three. But your mileage may vary. Take a look at your roster and see who you have. Again, you don't need to have a full team of, tech and cosmic to do this path. For this one, you do want to have two. So you can bring one tech, one cosmic, two techs, two cosmics, or a tech and a cosmic. And then you can bring whoever else you want for the next 3 spots. So only 2 of your champion slots need to be tech and or cosmic. And then just bring anyone, really. Bring your favorite champions. As long as you are managing those paradox charges, you're fine. And by the way, you're going to have to manage those paradox charges no matter what path you take. The management of the charges is one of the key features in this entire quest. So look at the other paths. You'll see what I mean. This one seemed pretty straightforward to me. Fire your special, gain a charge. Then end with a light, remove a charge. And that's it. So anyway, I will leave you to check out the rest of the path here. It's just getting used to managing those paradox charges, which to me was not very difficult. And I will see you at the boss. Are you enjoying the video? Smash that like button. Do you want to see more? Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you will get notified when I drop new videos. If you want to support me further, join me on Patreon. You'll also have access to all of my social media.
Don't stop.
Okay, I'm back, and let me tell you, I made a really big mistake here. So the boss that I think is the easiest boss out of these three was Jean Grey, and there's a reason. Normally, Jean Grey is very annoying, mainly with the reverse controls. However, Jack will tear her up. Okay, so I went in here. You see this here? And I was going to change out and bring Jack in. But I thought I saw red on the path. So I backed out and messed me up. So now I can't use Jack. I was so upset. And I was just like, all right, well, whatever. We should be able to still get this done. But it's going to be a much more difficult fight having to deal with that. All right. Because to me, the main issue with her is dealing with that reverse controls. All right. But on this node, you have to deal with life cycle. That's really the main thing here. She's going to be immune dashing forward during their first light or medium, so don't try to parry and just fight kind of, you know, like she's stun immune. Okay? Life cycle is really annoying. All right? Because what you have to do is you need to knock them down a lot. The more you knock them down, the longer the shield for life cycle will last. You know, the cooldown. So basically, every time you see me knocking her down, look at that the blue icon there. All right. See that blue icon all the way at the end? Every time she gets knocked down by a special or a heavy attack, you'll see they'll go on cooldown. That cooldown lasts longer and longer the more often you knock her down. Okay? Now, that's not a big issue until she gets all the way down to the end of her life and you're trying to knock her out. And you're going to see the trouble I had because this is a slightly different variant of life cycle than I was used to. The one that I was used to, and this is life cycle 3. I think life cycle 1 and 2, someone can look that up. But this one, the damaging debuffs don't work. So I remember with life cycle, you know, you put a lot of debuffs on them, knock them down, and you're going to take them out. You can't do that on this one. You have to knock them down. So one suggestion I would have, if you have Jack or Juggernaut, someone who is immune to her reverse controls, bring them, knock her down a lot, and then at the end, hold to a special 3. Knock her down. When that life cycle goes on cooldown, fire your special 3. That is the easy way to do it. Now, like I said, I messed up here and made this way more difficult for myself because I didn't bring in a champion that deals with her reverse controls, and I'm not good at dealing with these reverse controls. Bastion doesn't work, by the way. But I know Juggernaut. I know, you know, Jack. Jack, to me, is the best option for her. So if you have Jack, she's the easiest. If you don't have Jack, you don't have Juggernaut, you don't have anybody that can really deal with her, then probably Phoenix is the next best option for you. Now, you'll see that you have Phoenix and Dark Phoenix on either side. I did not like fighting Dark Phoenix. However, she's not that bad, even if you don't have a good counter. If you know how to fight her, it might take you 1 or 2 revives, but you'll be able to get her down without too much pain. All right, but I didn't want to deal with Phoenix. I didn't want to deal with Dark Phoenix, and I thought I had Jack to come in here and, you know, just take her out pretty easily. And then I messed that up. And I look back at this, and I was trying to figure out how I messed it up, because there is a character swap where you go in and you can just go back out without giving up your option to swap. And I did that in another chapter, so I'm not sure what I did wrong here, but yeah. So anyway, you're gonna see me having some fun here with the life cycle, mainly because I did not realize until later that the damaging debuffs is not gonna work. That little put the debuffs on them and then just knock them down is not gonna work. So as you see here, just look at this, man. And every time you see me running into her, that's the reverse controls that are getting me. And see here, I thought I could dash in and hit her a whole bunch, but instead she dashed at me. She's stun immune, all that good stuff, debuff immune, and got me instead. I was so upset. But yeah, just getting her down on these last bits here was a pain. But I do still feel that she is the easier of the 3 if you have Jack. I'd even bring a 6-star rank 5 ascended Jack in here for her over anyone else. But anyway, that is gonna do it, guys. I hope this helps you out. You can watch and see how I basically I just keep knocking her down and trying to get her, trying to get the cooldown to last long enough that I can dash in and attack, and hope the AI doesn't get all aggressive on me, which it kept doing right when I was trying to get her down. See, like here, look at that. She healed up a little bit. That's life cycle. And see, gotta knock her down. And then I did that, but it took too long and she revived herself. And I'm like, oh man, come on, we got this. Nope, because she still had the life cycle up. So yeah, it was a little bit of a pain getting her down there, but we did eventually get her down. All right, take care. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. Who did you bring for this fight? My #1 recommendation is Jack for her. Makes her the easiest. All right, so take care, and you all have a blessed day.
Arena and chill grind, that's how he roll. No stress, no drama, just on patrol. In the fight, he's swift, his tactics be tight. Lord Shadow's in the arena, ready to ignite.